Ladies and gents, get your hard hats on. It is time to reconstruct. It is time to make this Red Sox team a winner again. Everyone, thank you for joining us here in this series. If you enjoyed Season 1, let me know what your favorite moment was. Make sure to like, subscribe right now. Season 2, we're finally in the offseason. This was the big revamped stuff that the MLB The Show team in San Diego Studios preached about all year. This was the big franchise edition, was the new improved offseason. We're going to see firsthand how that all worked. We went over everything last offseason in terms, our last episode in terms of how everyone finished up, kind of sped through the season. We weren't going anywhere. There wasn't really a point to hang on. We kind of looked at Meyer, Campbell, and Anthony, played a few games with them, said our goodbyes, and now we're on the 2026, turning the page. But again, I just want to thank everyone who supported the series so far, who subscribed, who has liked the video, who has commented on a video, all that stuff. We really do appreciate it. It is appreciated on my end. I hope you continue to enjoy. I hope you continue to support, and let's check in. So, let's go to the calendar. Let's pick a team, the Yankees. Let's watch them lose. Perfect. Let's go to the Orioles. Just follow who's going to go to the World Series, and it's going to be the Twins taking on the Texas Rangers. And the Minnesota Twins are going to be taking on the Dodgers. Oh, my God. Okay. This is how the playoff bracket has kind of gone. So you can pause if you have a favorite team that's doing something or whatever. Go back to... And the Twins have defeated the Dodgers. The Dodgers did not win the World Series. Again, they don't go back-to-back. Okay, cool. So we're going to go to the postseason. And it's time for retirements first. Isaiah Campbell is going to retire due to elbow surgery. And this is fine by me. Kind of wasn't going to be having a big part of our team anyway. Noah Davis is going to retire, and Justin Wilson is going to retire as well. Charlie Morton, big one retiring, or one of the big ones, almost 150 wins. Yeah, he was good. 2,000 strikeouts. Good for him. This is wrong. Julio Rodriguez retiring. Donovan Solano retires after hitting 327. Donnie Barrels. Jesse Chavez finally retired, unfortunately, not a member of the Braves. Kyle Higashioka retired due to a dislocated ankle. Chris Martin hangs it up as well. We kind of all knew that was coming. Luis Garcia, former Red Sox legend, I guess. Martin Maldonado goes, and Justin Verlander hangs it up. Shout out to Justin Verlander, one of the best players that I've gotten to watch, especially one of the best pitchers. But regression hit him at 43 years old. That is fine. And then I don't think there's anyone too crazy out here. Daniel Bard retires. Shout out Daniel Bard. Didn't pitch at all in 2020. Former Red Sox legend, but good for him going out on his own terms. What we want to do. Matt Carpenter is a guy that is retiring. Again, just kind of seeing Adam Duvall. He retires. Former Red Sox legend. And again, I think that's it. I don't think there's really anybody here for us, at least in year one. Keuchel. So we're just going to say that. JD Martinez goes. Lance Lynn goes. That's a big one. So I guess we will do our due diligence. We'll watch it down. See who's doing what. Who's going where. Brooks Raley. Shout out Brooks Raley. What y'all know about Brooks Raley? Y'all don't know about Brooks Raley like I know about Brooks Raley. Julio Tehran. He goes. And shout out Michael Zinn. Shout out Michael. So, here are your free agents. They're all going to let them all test. Ref Snyder, we're interested in bringing back. But not $7 million a year. So, maybe we're not interested in bringing him back. We have Romy Gonzalez now. It is what it is. We'll review the staff. I don't know why they hate Alex Cora. I don't know why they hate Andrew Bailey. I don't get what these ratings are. I truthfully don't. And we're just not going to do anything to it. We're going to keep it how it is. But we're not going to offer any of these guys contracts for right now. But we are going to go into free agency. Well, first I'm going to do a lot of the contract stuff. Offer arbitrations where I see fit. Then I'm going to show any cuts I make, any pre-arb cuts, and then we're going to jump into free agencies. Give me just 1 second. All right, so here's everyone who has been left on the cutting room floor: Mark Kolasveri, Isaac Coffey, Tyler McDonough, Grant Gambrell, Zebi Savala, Justin Reimer, Abraham Liendo, Kyler Fedko, Eric Rivera, Wyatt Mills, Stanley Tucker, and Darvin Garcia. We're just going to cut bait, whether they are older, regressing, kind of done, too expensive, whatever it may be. We have depth already in that position. We are going to part ways with these players this year. So here we go. We're looking into everything here. We only have $13 million available. No, I lied. We have negative $13 million available. Team revenues at $260 with Bregman making 40. And this is kind of where it sucks. Where like he's really making 30. So that's $10 million right there. I believe Giolito, this is an option year and they just don't have it in. So we would have declined that. So that's $30 million right there, where we would have plenty enough to spend. And then I think Hendricks another. So we're kind of getting rocked a little bit here, especially now that Crochet's extension picks up now, adding instead of $3 million, it's like a $34 million. So basically, our big free agent splash for signing Garrett Crochet. We also have a whole bunch of pending offers with how everyone, what is going on with all the arbitration deals and everything. So how are we going to do this? Well, I think I am going to... What I'm going to do is trade Giolito to another team for just a zero prospect. Not just to clear up the thing, but this is an option year. We can get rid of him. So having him on the books kind of makes no sense. So what I'm going to do is find a team. We'll just do the Rockies. We'll find their worst player and trade them Giolito. We'll just say that Giolito signs with the Rockies for $19 million, and we get Evan Shaver, I guess. We'll do that, and that frees up a bunch of money. So now we look here to our budget, and now we have $5 million to play with. So I'm going to work around. Maybe we have to make trades here, but we really can't go after many free agents. With only $5 million to play with, we need to make upgrades on this team, especially in the pitching department. A guy like Liam Hendricks is a guy we're probably going to have to get rid of. And we have really top-heavy contracts, especially with that Bregman deal being the way it is, where it should really only count for $30 million. So we're getting screwed another $15 million, $10 million here and there. So is what it is. So we'll see you when we start making moves, or if we decide that we're not going to be going too much farther than where we're at. But we'll see you when we decide to do. All right, found a trade for Masataka Yoshida. We're sending him over to the Athletics for Robert Poisson. We're also attaching Miguel Blaze. The only way we could get Yoshida off of our books was by attaching Miggy Blaze. So yes, we do lose one of our better prospects, but I feel like in the grand scheme of things, freeing up money right now to spend somewhere else, and also freeing up time for Anthony, for just freeing up time somewhere and getting $18 million off our bench. We're sending him to the Athletics for Poisson. Poisson, just a failed shortstop, second base prospect that was highly touted when he was first signed, but now kind of faltered off. Also, the Athletics have been getting yelled at to try to spend money, so this adds to their payroll so they stay in friendship with the league. I think this is as fair of a trade as we're going to get. I love to keep it realistic, but also I want to make a move in this free agency class. So this is, I think, a very good balance where I'm getting rid of a good prospect. I'm not getting it really much in return. And real life, this could make sense. Masataka Yoshida wasn't awful. And they need bat bats. So we're going to make this trade, and that is going to help us free up some space. Making another trade, this time with the Los Angeles Angels. We're going to get Liam Hendricks and Patrick Sandoval up on out of here. We're creating some space. I have an idea of how we want to attack this free agency. I have a player in mind, and these two guys free up some space. They're going to the Angels. They're constantly trying to improve, constantly trying to win. They need some help in their rotation. They're familiar with Sandoval, and Hendricks just adds to their reliever spots. While we're taking two relievers from them that aren't too crazy. So that is going to be the trade. We're getting Sam Bachman, low walks guy, and Brock Burke, which is a high walks per nine guy. So we're going to take these two off of their hands. They're going to get a little bit better in the right now. We free up some money as well, and that is going to be that trade. All right, here's how our board is going to look at right now. Dylan Cease is going to be our big fish we want to go after. Cease last 2 years in San Diego. It's been about between a 3.5 and a 4 ERA guy. Last year, 183 strikeouts. The walks can be a little bit of a concern, but pairing him up with Garrett Crochet again, I think is going to be real imperative for us, and we can lock him up for a little bit and kind of have him ride. He only is looking for 4 years. We're probably going to give him 5 or potentially 6 at about that 28 per year. Jose Leclerc and Miguel Castro are just some relievers I have on there as well. We're not going to go after Vlad. I think with Costas being as good as he is, with the infield situation being what it is, where would he play? We're going to have to start deciding who we want to be the focal points, the main pieces of our team. Vladdy, as cool as he is, as awesome it is, as in vogue it is to be the guy to go get Vladdy, Dylan Cease is going to be our guy. So it looks like the Toronto Blue Jays are looking to go after Josh Naylor. So they're giving up on Vladdy. We are not interested in Josh Naylor, not for really any reason. So watch out for the Blue Jays getting Josh Naylor. All right, so these guys. So what's really blocking Cease motivation to sign with us is the motivate our underdogs. We're not looked at as a great team. He changes that dynamic for us, especially in the starting rotation. Looks like we just need one more week for us to be able to offer him a contract at least. Leclerc can be a little bit, doesn't look like there's anyone really going after him right now. And same thing for Castro. But it looks like Texas, Arizona, and San Diego all on Cease. Hopefully gives us a chance to match if he's thinking about this week. And then no signings as of right now. Kyle Tucker, first big guy off the board. He is going to Seattle. 9 years, $340 million. 37.8 per year for the next 9 years, and the best player in free agency is gone. He can probably be getting something close to this, if not even more in real life. So I love how realistic these contracts are, at least more realistic. Everyone's crying about Vlad Guerrero's wanting, he's saying he wants $500 million right now. We can't say if this is cool or not until, first baseman, they were saying Alonso's the first baseman to get $30 million plus per year. Yeah, I get it. It's a little bit different situation, but I am A-okay with Vladdy asking for what he wants in this game, and that matches up with what Kyle Tucker. And Vlad Guerrero's going to the Yankees, something he said he'd never do in real life, but now Guerrero goes to the Yankees, and that just adds fuel to this rivalry. 6 years, about 23 a year. He had a down year in this game, so damn, that's crazy. Vladdy Jr. to the Yankees. So let's offer our first contract to Cease. We're going to start off with 5 years, $29 million per year. This is going to be a contract value of what? About $5.45. Let's do it. So we're the first competitive offer. We get a 5% motivation boost onto that. Hopefully, let's see. That leaves us with about $6 million left in the bag if we were to go do that. So let's see. Right now, we're going to leave these two as is. Devin Williams going to the Phillies. That's a big one. The guy we would have loved to be in with our money situation. We had to watch him go to Philadelphia. Would have loved to have a closer like him, though, maybe one day. Contract decision is incoming. This should be Cease. Getting a phone call. No. Did he call? Fuck. Damn. We missed out on Dylan Cease. No hard feelings. The offer was too good to pass up. They gave him an extra year, which we probably should have. A little bit less in terms of overall money. Well, money per year. Shit. Okay. Dylan Cease goes to Texas. How do we pivot? That probably would have been our pivot, but Texas gets Zach Gallen too. 8 years, $229 million this season, and free agency not going as planned for sure. Now we're looking at a guy like Framber Valdez. Is he someone that we can add? A guy like Michael King, is he a guy that we could potentially add? We want to get one of these top pitchers. Eflin, Suarez, Valdez. We want to add a pitcher here. Valdez wouldn't be bad as a lefty. Keeps the ball in the yard. Real good stats. He's really only looking for 2 years, and the dollars are less. Michael King. He's a guy that is really good pitching clutch. 3 ERA, has been a sub 3 ERA the last 3 years, 4 years, 4-pitch mix. He's real good. Do we go after a guy like him? Ranger Suarez. What are they asking for? 26 year, but this is only 2 years at 32, 4 years at 30. And Zach Eflin a little bit lower than that. This is real tough. Let me kind of look at the roster, see what we want to do here. So, I ran around. I was looking for trades, seeing what I can do. Adding these guys to the board. You can tell that it's Michael King and Framber Valdez are the two guys that I highlighted as guys that I could sign, use the money, I think, wisely, and get these guys. We're going to offer a contract to Miguel Castro. See if he gives us the time of day. But I don't think that these guys are going to come. I'm going to keep them on the board. Make sure that maybe they don't sign too late or whatever. But right now, it's not looking good for us. And looks like we're going to contract decision for Miguel Castro. And you got a monster deal. So we're going to sign Miguel Castro to be a reliever for us. I don't know how late it looks like Trevor Gott. Occasionally they give us a chance. 82 motivation to sign. This is what he did last year. I'm not interested. So, we're getting these guys up a little bit, but nothing too crazy. So what I'm going to do is just, if they sign, cool. If not, cool. But, yeah, we're going to go and see if we can go bargain bin, I guess. And, yeah, so if we sign anybody, I'll let you know. If we're looking at anybody, we'll let you know. But if not, then this is what kind of we're doing with the money we have this year. So we'll see you in a few. Here's the draft lottery. We have the 7th best odds for the number 1 pick. 5.50 chance. Where do we end up? Just nothing lower than 7. Don't go lower than 7. Don't go lower than 7 is all I'm asking. We go down by 1. Pirates jump up. Angels jump up a little bit. We go down 1. Okay, it could have been worse. Pretty much it stays the same. Rockies got cheated out of stuff, and White Sox go down 1. So we're going to be picking 8th this year, so a little bit higher on the board. Contract decision is incoming. The only one we have out there is Leclerc. And I think he's going to sign. All right, so we got Jose Leclerc. We got 2 guys in the bullpen to add. And in the Rule 5 draft, are we going to pick anybody up? That's a very interesting proposition. Michael Kopech is a guy that's a little bit interesting, especially to add to the reliever. Good clutch, good hits, good Ks. We need some relievers. And not really much in the starter department. It would be kind of full circle for Kopech to come back here where it all started. Just kind of looking around who's available. Reese McGuire talking about full circle jerk. Whoa, who said that? Come on, guys. Come on. We're family friendly here. We're family friendly here. So no one interesting. I am going to scoop up Kopech. I think he's interesting. If you look at relievers, he'd slot in kind of right here, battling with these guys for a spot, and I'm all for adding relievers and having depth and whatnot. So we're going to have Michael Kopech, former Red Sox prospect George Valera goes, which is interesting. And we are going to skip the selection, and we will see who else picks. So the Rockies doing some stuff, and that's going to do it. So George Valera goes to Colorado. I like Jacob Melton. He goes to Miami. Dominic Hamill goes to Colorado's the first pick. Daniel Susac to Miami, and we pick up Michael Kopech. Walker Buehler is asking for $7 million a year. He's saying, hey, I'm calling about Walker Buehler. Seems like a good fit for your outfit over here. Check him out. Do we want to bring Walker Buehler back? No, I don't think we do. We are not interested in bringing back Walker Buehler. And due to budget constraints, both Valdez, King, Suarez, Eflin are all out on us. So the top guys, maybe we jump into Ryan Helsley race at $12 million a year. But if we lock in here and check out the budget after all the thing, we have about $23 million to play with. I think we will keep it there. I don't think we're going to be getting the guys that we wanted. I don't think we're going to be getting those fish that we wanted. So kind of is what it is. Just kind of is what it is. We're going to have decisions to make here pretty soon. I like how the money, it just makes it so much easier. It's so easy to sign guys before. So I'm happy that this is kind of the way it is. We go to the league signings. Go by team. We got Leclerc and Castro. Vlad Jr. goes to the Yankees, which is a big one so far. Marcell Ozuna, he goes to the Royals for about $17 million per year. Josh Naylor to the Twins at $19 million a year. Bo Bichette to the Athletics for $17 million a year. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa and Kyle Tucker to the Mariners. Zach Gallen and Dylan Cease. Poaching Dylan Cease away from us was the Rangers. Austin Hayes and Lane Thomas finding homes in Miami. Kyle Schwarber and Devin Williams, both in Philadelphia. Danny Jansen, Chris Paddock in Nationals uniforms now. Lamont Wade Jr., Ramon Laureano, and Eugenio Suarez to the Reds, where Suarez used to be a Red, and Lamont Wade never was a Red. But Lamont Wade's an interesting guy with his splits the way they usually are in these games. Eric Fedde going to the Brewers, $26 million a year. Willie Castro is a good player going to the Pirates for $10 million a year. And the Dodgers get Raisel Iglesias, Cedric Mullins, 7 years, $18 a year, which is crazy, and Gleyber Torres. Harrison Bader to the Giants, and that is about that. So again, officially out of the Valdez and all the top free agent pitcher market, and Valdez goes to the Diamondbacks 4 years, $118 million. We're also going to send contracts to Jordan Montgomery and Rodolfo Castro. Castro is a bench bat who has big power against lefty, something that we're looking for. With Rob Refsnyder gone, we still have Romy Gonzalez, so just some more depth there. And then Jordan Montgomery, we all wanted him, right? A little bit better with Diamondbacks last year. I mean, at this point, anyone's better than what we have in the rotation. We just need one more guy just to kind of be there until some of our young guys develop and get ready. Michael King back to the Padres, $31 a year for 3 years. Yeah, we weren't going to be getting to that. Ryan Helsley to the Braves, 4 years, $48 million to go close in Atlanta. All right, looks like Jordan Montgomery's made his decision. The offer isn't quite right to get the negotiation past the finish line. Let's keep working on a deal after 1 year, 12.95. So he hasn't signed with anybody, but and same thing with Castro. Theoretically, we can view transactions here. Also, let's look at some trades. Taijuan Walker got traded to the Braves. Elijah Green traded to the Cubs. We made our trades. And I think these are some ones that happened in the trade deadline that we never got to. Ethan Salas went to the Marlins for Dane Myers. Ryan Helsley, we mentioned that trade. Jared Triolo to the Pirates for Yasser Mercedes. Brian Reynolds got traded to the Tigers for Kevin McGonigal. So that was an interesting one as well. And then our trades from earlier. And Cal Control to the Angels, and Raisel Iglesias got traded to the Royals for Gavin Cross and Beck Way. So those are all the trades that we've made so far this year. I forgot to mention that earlier, so we can do it now because I'm good at my job. Not interested in Mark Leiter Jr., I don't believe. It's pretty good, but I think we have enough depth at the time. And now these guys, we can kind of even drop our offer. So we're going to just keep it here. We're going to keep dropping. I'm sure none of these guys have other guys that are going after them. So that's fine by me. That's cool. The longer they wait, the more their interest jumps up. And Montgomery, welcome to the team. We finally got Jordan Montgomery, clickbait of the year. Jordan Montgomery, a Boston Red Sox. Could have got me 2 years ago. 2026. What a year to be alive. And we got Rodolfo Castro as well. Actually interesting. Tony Gonsolin wants to come here. We're going to give him this 1 year, $5 million deal. If he likes it, cool. If he doesn't like it, cool. This signing will include a competitive balance tax. The tax will also be deducted from your offseason budget. Let's see if that adds anything to it. So lock in the changes, see if Tony Gonsolin comes to town. We'll see. I mean, it was cheap. Might as well. And we do get Tony Gonsolin as well. So that adds to our pitching depth, especially in the starting rotation. And we're kind of playing it just like we played it last year in the last couple of years. But we'll soon add another arm next to Garrett Crochet, I promise you. Ranger Suarez to the Angels on a big 3-year, $84 million deal. Again, we traded them Pablo Sandoval or Patrick Sandoval back. So they go out and get a big-name pitcher to try to help Mike Trout win. Zach Eflin to the Astros for 8 years, $25 million a year. So a big contract signed by Zach Eflin. So the final week of free agency. Here are the free agents that are still out there as of the last week or two. No two notable names. I'm interested to see how this works as we go forward with teams picking up big budgets with the new money in that the game has been doing. It'd be interesting to see if there's kind of like a 2K thing where guys are kind of left out there just because people can't afford them. It'd be interesting to see what goes down with that. But right now, let's check out the signings for each team. Orioles, John Means back with Baltimore. Tyler Mahle is there for 14 a year, and Mike Lorenzen in. So nothing big for the Orioles, just a couple of middling starting pitchers for about 12 to 14 a year. We got Gonsolin, Castro, Montgomery, Leclerc, and the other Castro. We only gave out basically 1 year deals. Not the biggest offseason for us, but hey, it is what it is. Yankees, again, got Vladimir Guerrero, added some more depth. Conforto to the Rays, Gary Sanchez to the Rays, and Justin Topa to the Rays. Joey Gallo is going to be pitching in real life, but in the Blue Jays here. Where he was with Chicago for a little bit, and he raised his guy up to a B, or potential up to a B, so that's cool. Nothing really of note there. White Sox hand out some money to Aaron Savali and Ahmed Rosario. Guardians, Grichuk, Grisham, and Luis Rengifo gets paid a bit. Yoan Moncada goes to the Tigers. Paul DeYoung to the Tigers. Ernie Clement to the Tigers. And JT Realmuto to the Tigers as well. Yesturi Ruiz to the Royals. 2 years, about $6 million total. Marcelo Zuna, we talked about him earlier. John Gray goes to the Twins, and Josh Naylor got that big contract. Eflin, the only signing the Astros made. Suarez, the only signing the Angels made. At least of note, I guess. Jake Bowers gets $4 million a year from the Athletics. They also went out and got Bo Bichette, like we mentioned before. Andy Ibanez added to the signings the Mariners made. Matt Strahm goes to the Rangers. They bolster their pitching staff quite handsomely. Ryan Helsley, the big get for the Braves, and then some depth options here and there. Rob Refsnyder getting a big deal with the Marlins. Shout out Rob Refsnyder. He deserves it. And then again, nothing really too big beyond here. Ben Lively was out there, I guess. I did not know Ben Lively was 34 years old. Interesting. Broke out in 2017. Did not know that. I thought he was relatively new. The Phillies get Kershaw, who pitched in 31 games out of the bullpen for the Dodgers. Kyle Schwarber and Devin Williams there as well. And, Chris Paddock, the big get for the Nationals. The Cubs see Victor Carantini return, and Jordan Romano go there as well. Reds, an okay offseason. They added Eugenio Suarez and Ramon Laureano. Danny Colombe goes to the Brewers. Alec Burleson, who was, I guess, cut, he also goes to the Brewers. Alec Burleson wouldn't have been a bad guy to maybe sniff around on. Darian Blanco. I didn't really do much in terms of looking at free agency around. That's kind of my bad. To A, show you guys who was out there, and B, kind of see if there are any guys to go out and get. Because we were kind of just so focused on what that big fish could hold, and he's going to Texas, so who gives a shit now? Rockies get Mike Soroka, give him $13 million a year for multiple years. Kenley Jansen back to the Dodgers. It was written in stone there. Mickey Moniak, the number 1 overall pick, going to the Dodgers. Can they get any more stacked? Mauricio Dubon, and then Pavin Smith to the Giants. And that is going to be all of the free agent signings, or all the notable ones here. We're about to begin the offseason. We're about to begin. We are ranked the 15th best team in Major League Baseball. Here is how our roster looks. Garrett Crochet, Tanner Houck, Cutter Crawford, Tony Gonsolin, Jordan Montgomery, and Brian Bayo will be fighting for that final spot. I think Bayo's going to have us be Gonsolin versus Montgomery. Who is going to get it? Who is going to be the long reliever for us? Also, we have our rookies here. Johnny Turner looking real good. Also fighting for some spots, Richard Fitz, Quinn Priester, Zach Penrod, Luis Perales, Hunter Dobbins are going to be in spring training for us. Relief pitchers, Jose Leclerc, Justin Slayton, and we'll throw in Garrett Whitlock, all fighting for the closer spot. Miguel Castro, Michael Kopech, Brock Burke, Zach Kelly, Josh Winkowski, Sam Bachman, Greg Weisser, and Cooper Criswell are our depth, and they are going to also be fighting for some time as well. And who's going to get those final spots? Connor Wong, Blake Sable are probably going to be our catchers unless Carlos Narvaez has anything to do to say about it. And also, as we go, you can probably see some of the depth. Anthony Ziegler, a depth option we got. Christian Casas at first base. Christian Campbell's going to be at second. Romy Gonzalez and David Hamilton are going to kind of be vying for who's going to get the bench spot, what's going to happen there. Does Hamilton maybe break out? Is it still a battle? Are we officially giving it to Campbell? You'll have to see and find out. Rafael Devers, Alex Bregman. Devers or DH, Bregman our third baseman. Trevor Story, Rodolfo Castro, really good against lefties. It's basically him and Romy Gonzalez. Who wants that lefty job? 89 power against lefties is sick. And then Marcelo Meyer. What are we going to do here? How are we going to platoon Meyer and Story, if at all? Are we going to put $23 million on the bench? I don't know. But either way, Marcelo Meyer, I think, is ready to go. And if he has to marinate a little bit more in AAA, so be it. But we're not getting anything from Story. Outfield looks like Duran, Rafaela, and it's Willie Abreu, Roman Anthony, Alex Call we picked up, another guy looking for lefties, and Justinson Garcia. The thought I had, Willie Abreu seems like a big trade target, just not really good against lefties or lefties at all. The thought is, with Ceddanne Rafaela not giving much in the lineup, we moved Duran to center, where he's our center fielder for most days. Against righties, it's basically Abreu, Anthony, and Duran there with Rafaela on the bench. Against lefties, Rafaela and Duran and Anthony with Abreu on the bench. Maybe we rock with that. Maybe we still trade Willier. We did mock up some packages to try to get Sandy Alcantara. Willier was a big package there, but I'd probably want to develop our farm system a little bit better before we do that. But that's going to do it for us right now. That is going to do it. If you are excited about the new future of the Boston Red Sox, please let us know down below. I know this free agency didn't go as planned, but we hopefully should be freeing up money soon. Hopefully should be able to be going after and really going after it. I really want to upgrade the pitching. Right now, looks like the hitting is going to be in an okay place. Can the pitching just have a good year? That's going to be the big difference. Do we believe we'll make the playoffs? I'm saying we do. Let me know in the comments below. Trisberry 33 Games. I've been Cody Shalafu. Like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. We'll see you